So it was my 51st birthday 2 days ago, and I think I went through several days before just forgetting that my birthday was coming up, and even the day before I had a moment where I said, "Oh yeah," somebody said something, "Oh yeah, I totally forgot," which I think was a fair accomplishment of some sort. I'm not sure where it came from, but just the fact that over many years with the monks, we were encouraged to unofficially de-emphasize it, not really go up to people and it's my birthday. Tomorrow is happening. Have you got me anything yet? And so people do ask, and some monks can just deflect it. I just kind of, if somebody asks, I just say, yeah, but I don't tell them. I better get something good. And so there's not an expectation around that, but yet a birthday does have some meaning for us, because usually in our lives, even with being a monastic for, living in these monasteries for about 20 years now, that's been de-emphasized and it has a lot less meaning. And I don't worry about a party or who's coming and what I'm going to do or not do, or somebody's going to surprise me or whatever. But yet it's a demarcation. It's something that I think most of us would, rather than just feel, I'm guessing most people don't feel that it's just another day, because it's a reminder, like one that, as my mom wished me happy birthday, I said, no, happy birthday to you, because it was really her labor, it was her work. I didn't have a lot to do with it. Probably was enormously painful for me and her. And actually, thinking of that, there's no celebration about that at all. It's just a celebration of extreme, excruciating pain for two individuals, not to be a downer. But then, that it's something that's in the world, for most people, it's kind of celebrated. But then I would guess around the age of, when you're a kid, you're like, I'm 5.5, I'm 5 3/4, like I'm almost there, I'm almost 6 or whatever. And then all of a sudden it just starts to kind of feel like, oh, this isn't kind of good. I'm getting older. I'm actually aging, and there's some suffering with that. I don't know when it is when people start to, it starts to be almost an insult. How old are you? So, don't ask that question. And so this relationship that we have to age and aging, it's ironic that a birthday is often this celebrated thing, because it's really like we're celebrating like getting closer and closer to death. And it's wonderful to be the receiver of goodness. So I'd say that's the really nice thing is, there was some 3 cakes made or brought to the monastery. And that's, it's very sweet. There were people who offered gifts and expressed gratitude. And so that's a very uplifting experience with a birthday, I think. But I was reflecting that 51, I think, that's, for somebody who's 80, it's like some of the people who come to the monastery say, you're still very young. So I don't really, because at 20, it just seemed like I was ancient, maybe close to death if I was 20 years old, and think about a 51-year-old. That just seems so old. And now it's like, it's weird, because relating to it, it's like, well, I don't feel 51, and that doesn't feel that way. But when I really think about it in my head, I go, oh wow, if I'm lucky enough to live to 81, then that's 5/8 of my life over already. If I'm lucky, if I even go a few more days, but that's a lot when you think about it. You think about, wow, time is passing. And we're joking about our retreat crew member, Andrew, who was planning on going on a 3-month retreat, and then delightful for me to hear, and I think for us to hear, they said, no, actually I want to come back and explore, staying on here more long term. But we were joking like, wow, that was a fast 3 months, fast retreat. But no joke, like we just did a 3-month retreat, and how fast was that? And I remember telling myself at the beginning of it, like, this is going to be over so quickly. You're going to be, even though it seems like a long stretch right now, starting this 3 months, it's going to be 3 months later and thinking, wow, that really did go by so quickly. I remember Joseph Goldstein saying once how, he was quoting somebody else, but he's saying how like at each kind of year that goes by, or as time goes on, it's like the breakfast, they just start seeming to come like every 15 minutes. And time is like that. So why I'm talking about this is that, the Buddha really warned us about complacency and really warned us about time. And he said it's relentless. It just passes by relentlessly. And even though we've heard this so many times before, we chant that in our chant and we think about that in our lives, it's still, so many petty things can come up, so many things that are insignificant and not worth putting our mind into. And so we're often just fooled. This is the sort of the cloak of Mara. Don't worry, you have plenty of time. You can get to that important stuff later, but this incredibly unimportant, insignificant, and thing that is totally unworth thinking about, you better put a lot of time into it. And we believe it and we go for it. And so each moment we're just trying to come back to what's important, and often we're fooled by that it's not our body, it's not the present moment, it's somewhere else. It's something else. I have to worry about something else. And I'll have plenty of time to focus on my body later, focus on the present moment, focus on the Buddha's teachings sometime later. But, as I said, if I'm lucky to live till I'm 81, that could just happen at 81. What happened? I was given that talk at 51 and then, it's 81 now and I don't even know what happened. And so we need to be very careful to not let that happen, to really have times where we do feel the days are not passing by quickly, and we're really working with our experiences and, pointing our intention and our focus inwardly. So, this is an encouragement just to really reflect on one's age, to not think, even if in the 20s or 30s, that, there's plenty of time, because there's not, because it can be over in a flash, and it could even be over in a few days. We don't know. So thank you to all who encouraged me to, celebrated the worst day of my life when I was born. But because I don't think I've experienced that much trauma physically yet. And I just maybe, hopefully won't do it again, but I'm not sure we'll see. But that's just the encouragement, really, to bring that to heart and make sure we're not being complacent and wasting our time.